Good morning, everyone. Howdy, happy Saturday. So, yeah, just had a little, something happens. This happens to me all the time, but on my phone, and hopefully they don't try to call, because if they try to call, hang on. If they try to call, it's going to be a problem. On the lock screen on your phone, there are two little buttons. One on the right side says cancel, one on the left side says emergency. And probably like once every other week, somehow I hit the emergency button. And then I'm fumbling because I was trying to get the phone into my stand, and I'm fumbling, and then it does the alarm, and it's saying it's calling them, and it's going to notify your emergency contacts. And of course, that happened right as I was starting the video. So right at 10 o'clock that happened. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that they don't try to call, because if 911 tries to call, then you don't answer after something like that happens, then that's not good. Anyhow, good morning. What a way to start the morning, right? Happy Saturday, everyone. My name is Lael Konkar, and if you are new to my channel or to our Saturday videos, my gosh, since March 21st, since the whole COVID thing started, I have been doing free kind of Traveler's Notebooks every Saturday, Traveler's Notebook video classes every Saturday. And about 8 weeks ago, we kind of pivoted a little bit, and we've been alternating back and forth now every Saturday. One Saturday, we do listing, where I provide 3 or 4 topics ahead of time, and we just all work together, either in our Traveler's Notebooks with the list topics. Some of you do other things. Some of you are just cleaning the house while you're listening. Some of you are crafting. We all kind of hang out. On the alternate Saturdays, I do memory keeping in a Traveler's Notebook. And today is that alternate Saturday where I'll be doing memory keeping in my Traveler's Notebook. So I have a business called Lael by Mail, and I have a website where I have all kinds of things. All kinds of Traveler's Notebooks and inserts and stickers and a lot of the things that you see me working with. I also do different Traveler's Notebook kits, scrapbook project kits, mini book project kits. All of that information you will find in the description of the video below. So most everything that I use, you can find linked in the description. In some cases, I sell it on my website. In other cases, I have linked to different entities, whether it be Amazon.com or Scrapbook.com or what have you. I always like to mention, and I think I forget this all the time, but it's really important if you have a local scrapbook store, a brick and mortar, independent local scrapbook store, that you support that business. It's so, so important. That is kind of the circle of life. The way things work is that we as crafters, we buy products, and then me as a business, that helps to support my business. If you have a local independent scrapbook store, then you support their business. And ultimately, that is what supports the scrapbook manufacturers and the Traveler's Notebook manufacturers out there. So if one of those little pieces gets pulled out, kind of like when they try to remove the wolves from Yellowstone, everything just kind of falls apart. So I encourage you, whether you shop with me or whether you shop with a local scrapbook store, what have you, shop. Anyhow, so as we are working today, if you like what you're seeing, please give it a thumbs up. The thumbs up is super important to the way that YouTube works, and actually that's the way that kind of all social media works. So if you are scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on Facebook, even if you don't want to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, maybe add a little smiley face emoji or something like that. That is what lets those social media sites know that you are interested in what you're seeing and have a relationship with that person. And then it thinks that maybe it should show those posts or those videos to other people. So super important. If you are watching live and you are new to the Saturday sessions, over on the right-hand side of your screen, there is a chat that is happening. Excuse me. There's a chat that's happening, and a number of people participate in that chat. That is obviously not required. And I know some people don't. If you would like to participate in that chat, everyone there is super nice, and you just kind of type away. If you have questions as we are working, put your question in the live chat. So if you are watching live, then it's a great place to put it in a live chat. If you are watching on the replay, welcome. What I would love for you to do, whether you're watching on the replay or on the live, when we are done with the video, do me a favor, leave me a comment on the video and let me know, are you using a traveler's notebook? If so, what are you using it for? Are you listing? Are you using it as a calendar or a planner? Are you memory keeping? Whatever it is that you're doing in your traveler's notebook, I would love to know. And if you're not using one, I'd love to know that too. All right, friends, so we are going to get started. I think that we'll have to see if the light's okay once I turn the camera. So I need to do a few things as we do that. So I'm going to rotate the camera here. Hi, Jackie, I see you up close as I am rotating. Oh boy, hold on. Yikes. Okay, hang on. We got a little loose there. A little loosey-goosey. Okay, so now I'm afraid to touch anything because I don't want that to happen again. Okay, so as we are going, I just need to bring this up on my iPad so I can see what you guys are seeing, and then I can see the chat as well. So let me make sure I have that turned all the way down, come over here. And because it's live, I cannot bring the video up ahead of time. I don't know why. I just can't do that. So here we go. Hi, Sarah. Ellen from East Sussex, welcome. Carolyn from Lake Havasu. I know it's hard because that's the hard thing. There aren't a lot of local scrapbook stores anymore. So that's why it's so important that, or a local craft store, whatever it may be. That's why it's so important, though, if you do have one, that we support them. So let's see. I needed to move that for one sec. I have a different setup when I film, and so every week I take everything down and then put it all back the next week. So let me just plug that in too. I need to plug in my phone so we don't end up with I know all this stuff, it seems like, oh, can't we do that ahead of time? No, we can't. Anyhow, so here we go. Alrighty, I think the light, let's see if the light is okay. Oh, hello, don't fall on that, Lael, that would not be good. All right, I think that we are good. I know, Veronica, total wackadoodle this morning, but you know what? Oh well, what do you do? Stefania from Italy and Fiona from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, you guys, what I love about this is so cool, is that we have people from all over, right? We have people from all over the world, which is really cool. Technology just kind of lets us do that. Okay, so I know this is going to sound like a lot, but I don't want you to be worried. I have 5 spreads planned. I know that sounds like a lot, and you're thinking, Lael, I don't have 5 hours today to spend with you. Now, you know, as we go, you can come and go as you please. But I have 5 spreads planned, but they all have to do with the same topic. So things will roll fairly quickly from spread to spread, more so than when I am normally doing it and I'm bouncing all over for different types of spreads as I am doing my memory keeping. So I think I mentioned maybe last week that my husband and I, the beginning of September, took off for a few days in the middle of the week and drove down to Bryce Canyon National Park. So I live in Utah. Well, we live in Utah, and that is, I think, I don't know, maybe about a 4-hour drive. So it's very close. Utah, if you did not know, we have at least five national parks in southern Utah, which is absolutely amazing. We are so fortunate to be so close to all of those national parks. So definitely within driving distance. So we took off for a couple days and went down to Bryce Canyon. And I will show you some pictures as we're working. You will see the amazing beauty of Bryce Canyon. And if you have never seen it online, I would encourage you to Google it later because it's fascinating. Regina, I have to pop in and say, morning from Smoky Orange County. So everyone in Washington State, everyone in Oregon State, everyone in California, everyone in Utah. You guys, it's that time of year where the fires are just horrible. And what's happening in What's happening in that part of our country right now is just, it's so difficult. So my heart is with you for sure. Sheila, I received your message about the gel refills for the pens. I reached out to Carpe Diem and I am just waiting to hear back from them. I don't sell them. I'm not sure what refills they recommend. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them on what refills they recommend, and I will let you know as soon as I find out. All right. So goodness, I am working. Oh, look, Nick's here. Nick's golfing again. Yeah, that's kind of this time of year what he does. So it's good for him. Hi, Nick. Hi, honey. Thanks for popping in between holes. Okay, so I am working in my traveler's notebook, right? So one of the biggest misconceptions when I talk to people about traveler's notebooks is they say, oh yeah, I would never use that. I don't travel. And I say, oh my gosh, you are so missing out because it's for so much more than travel. However, traveler's notebooks are also great for travel. So I have a cover that I use for my travel memory keeping. And this was part of my traveler's notebook kit that I released at some point this year. I have linked to this particular kit in the description of the video, but this is what I use for my traveler's notebook. I have a couple of different inserts in here, and I'm going to start with this one first, just to show you. You just made the turn, so you're 9 in, huh? Okay, good. Anyhow, and I've showed this one a couple times. This insert, I started the beginning of this year. I have normally in the past traveled a lot. I have traveled since I was a little tiny tot. My dad was in the Navy, and so we traveled quite a bit. We lived in Japan for 3 years. We traveled all over the world. I was a foreign exchange student in high school in Germany. And then for the different careers that I've had, I've traveled all over. And then in my scrapbooking, oh, yeah, Scatter, thank you. Totally forgot him. There he is. In my scrapbooking crafting career, I have traveled to, I've been so fortunate, all over the US and Canada, all over Europe, Amsterdam, England. I have taught in Australia and also in South Africa. So traveling has always been a huge part of my life. So the beginning of this year, I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I want to do a traveler's notebook, an insert about photos that I'm taking out the window of the airplane, because that's something that I like to do. So I have, I had been working on this, and different photos from the airplane window, and then screeching halt, right? Screeching halt, March 27th. Well, it wasn't even March 27th. Really, the screeching halt was March 8th. I was on my way back from teaching in Minneapolis, well, outside of Minneapolis at a store called Firefly Farm. And that was it, right? We know what happened. Hi, Rachel. We know what happened. And so my next trip was supposed to be March 27th, and that didn't happen. So I am grounded. Well, I've kind of been grounded, just like the plants. Anyhow, that is one of my traveler's notebook inserts in my traveler's notebook. The other one is another one that I have started this year. This one is specific to travel that I've done in 2020. So I have a trip. My husband and I were in Hawaii. He has to go every year for work. And so that happened at the beginning of February. And I have not documented that yet, but I have my little sticky note, so I know what's happening there. Then the end of February, did a quick little girls trip to La Jolla with some girlfriends. Actually, end of February, beginning of March, and that was kind of the last hurrah. So I have another spread that I want to do there, and I've talked about this before. I like to hop around a lot when I am documenting. I don't document things chronologically, meaning that obviously Hawaii was in February and I haven't documented that yet. But using little sticky notes as I go helps me to know where I am. Then we were up in Idaho, northern Idaho this summer. And so I have a couple spots for that. And then we come to Bryce Canyon. And that is where I am going to work today. So I will pull this out of my insert. Now let me see. You expect, Colleen, you expect we might need scatter today? I expect we might need scatter every day, right? Let's see. My favorite place in North America. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? I like the beach, Elizabeth. And so, but I don't know, it's hard. I love Seattle. It's such a beautiful area. I mean, I've been all over the US. I don't think I can say a favorite. I don't think I can say a favorite. A flight attendant. Veronica, I am not nice enough and I have zero patience. I don't think I could ever be a flight attendant. Bless their hearts, right? How often does Epson come out with a new version of PictureMate? Christine, I have no idea. I think I've had the PM400 for about for about 2 years now. I don't know. Say hi to your Henry. Kerri, what is your Henry? Okay. Yes. So, Elizabeth, actually I was born in Texas, south of Corpus Christi. So like way, way, way south in a town called Kingsville. There's a naval base there. So, and I had plans this year to teach in Texas at somebody help me. Rachel, I know, you'll know the name of that. My Little Craft Place, I think. Anyhow, that got backburnered. So, okay, so let's go. Oh, yes, and you know what, Diane? I need to be there. I've heard My Little Craft Place. Thank you. I have heard about Destin. Yes, I need to go there. All right, anyhow, but now, today, we're going to focus on Bryce Canyon. So, what I thought I would do, I have 5 spreads. We'll see how far we get. I will probably keep working. Okay, Henry. Hi, Henry. So nice to meet you, Henry. I love your name, Henry. I love classic names like that for boys. Our boys are Jack and Sam, so very classic. So, hi, Henry. All right. So, this, you guys, this is Bryce Canyon. This was sunrise, the last day we were there. This photo is not edited. Are we a little bit blurry? You know what I think I didn't do? I think, okay, hang tight for a second. I need to get a little something to wipe off the lens with because I think it's blurry. Hang on, guys. It's seeming like it's blurry to me. And here's a little tip with your phone. If you are taking selfies, hang on, sorry about that. Let me clean that. Let's see if that's better. Maybe. If you are taking selfies, make sure, a lot of times we will clean the little lens or lenses on the back of our phone. You should always make sure you clean the one that is right by your ear because that one gets really, really yucky and gross because of makeup or sweat or whatever it is. So I think I just needed it. Anyhow, so this is Bryce Canyon and it looks like Mars. I don't know if you can get a really clear picture of that. This is an unedited photo as we watched the sunrise the last morning we were there. It literally is orange. It is unbelievable. So buffering. Let's see, is anyone else buffering besides Diane? Just pipe up and let me know. So I printed this photo out 5 by 8.25, and that is the size of the Traveler's Notebook insert that I use. Oh, Kerri, you know what? Sometimes I am more than happy to help. Anytime any of us can help boost our mom cool factor, absolutely, I'm all for it, right? We need that with our kids sometimes. All right, and the older they get, it seems like young adults, teenagers, the more we need help boosting that cool factor, right? All right, so I thought to start out, this would be a great photo to start with. So I just took that sunrise with my iPhone and it was unbelievable. I don't often get up for the sun. Well, that's not true. I'm an early riser, but generally on a vacation, we don't usually get up to go watch the sunrise, but here we had to. So, well, we had to. Not that we had to, but you know, come on, we had to. All right, so I'm going to start with this photo. And I am actually going to go in pretty tight right here on that edge since it's such a large photo. And that will go, oh, yep, right here. I want to make sure I don't put that in the wrong spot. Or else I'd need another spread. All right, so that will go right there. And it's a little bit wider, but that's okay. I don't care. Okay, so over here, I'm going to do something pretty bold because this right here is pretty bold, right? This photo pretty much speaks for itself. So I'm going to keep this simple over here, but I'm going to keep it simple and bold. So what I have done, I have cut a 8 1/4 by 5 piece of white cardstock. I have linked the white cardstock that I use in the description of the video. I just get it from Amazon and I use 8 1/2 by 11 because one 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, I can get, what's that? What did I do there? I don't want that. Sorry. One 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, I can get 2 basically bases for my traveler's notebook. So this guy, I'm actually going to trim down a little bit because it's a little bit too wide. It's going to hang over the edge just a little bit. So let's just trim that down a tad, just a titch. See if that works. There we go. All right. I am also on here going to round the corners. Now, the reason why I am using a piece of cardstock, a piece of white cardstock for the left side of the spread, as opposed to just directly in my insert, is because I'm going to do some stamping. And I am going to stamp a very large title. All right, so I want to do that here. Hang on, let me just trim that a tad bit more. And now I need to come back in and redo that. Okay, so I am going to do some stamping on here. And I am using the Juniper Alpha Jumbo letters from Kerri Bradford. You guys know my love for Kerri. Sweetest, sweetest, sweetest person you will ever meet, and so talented. I always say it's like she's in my head. She is so talented. I just love what she does. And I don't even know that I need something until she comes out with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. So I have linked to, oops, that's my next one. I have linked to the Juniper stamps on her website. And I don't, I don't affiliate with her or anything. I don't affiliate. That's not what I mean. I mean, I do not make anything by sharing her amazing talent with you guys. I just love her and love to support another female small business owner. So I have linked to Juniper. She has, I think, 3 different size Juniper alphabets. Brooklyn Outline and Juniper Small. Mandy, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? You cannot go wrong with anything that Kerri has. But these are the Juniper Jumbo. So what I thought it would be fun to do would be to spell Bryce with the Jumbos on this right along here. So a couple reasons why I'm using that piece of cardstock. Number one, I want to make sure those are big stamps. I want to make sure that this looks really nice and I don't end up with any weird stuff going on because of any of the dimension that I already have underneath. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we start with the B. I have brought out all different, that, I think I will use this one. That is why, sometimes you might think, why do I need different size stamping blocks? Well, there you go. If you have background stamps or you have big stamps, small stamps, sometimes even though you'd think, well, why don't I just get a really big block and then that will work for everything. Sometimes it's not as easy to stamp or maneuver with a big block as opposed to a small block. So I like different size blocks. I toyed with getting out my Misty for this, but I decided not to. So if you have a Misty, you could also use your Misty. Let's see here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing when I'm down there. Sorry. Hi, Lori. Good morning. B. All right, I'll be able to put a few on here, all right, with that block. So BR. And this is the part, oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. My brain is trying to think upside down and backwards, and sometimes that doesn't work very well. My brain sometimes can't think right side up and forwards, so when you throw in upside down and backwards, sometimes it doesn't work as well. Anyhow, rather than doing all this ahead of time, we're just crafting, you guys. We're crafting together. And I think sometimes it's good to see what other people do and how people do things. So that's why I don't have any of this prepped. I mean, other than, you know, I have photos pre-printed and I have an idea of what I want to do. But, I'm not pre-stamping or anything like that because I think it's good for, well, that's just the way it is. I think it's good to sometimes see what other people do. Sometimes I make mistakes and then we talk about, oh, that was a mistake. How could we fix that? Or how could we work around that? Or how could we make sure we didn't do that again? Oh, this one's a hard one to get even. Let's see if I can even it up here. All right. That little Y. Get straight, get straight. Okay. This one needs to come over just a tad. I can tell. When I stamp, I like my letters really close together. So I have, oh, now it's too close. I like them close together. Just personal preference. I don't like a lot of space between the letters. All right. That little leg of the Y. Okay, I think that looks good. Right? Okay. So now I get out my piece of scratch paper and I prime the stamp. So when I say I prime the stamp, I don't know. We'll see if this will work. I pulled out a couple of different stamping blocks here. This may not have, oh yeah, it's not going to have enough ink, I don't think. I don't think it's going to have enough ink for me. Let's see. Maybe. All right, so this size I have not used before. So these letters I haven't used before. So when I say I prime the stamp, I want to get it all inked up and I want to stamp it first. And I do that for two reasons. Number one, to make sure I didn't spell anything incorrectly. Now, this is okay because, I mean, B-R-Y, right? That's easy. I didn't spell it incorrectly. But sometimes, especially if you've spelled a long word, you don't realize until you have already stamped that you spelled something incorrectly or one of your letters is upside down or something like that. So priming helps to get that those stamps ready for stamping, but then it also helps you, make sure that everything is going to look good and spelled correctly and even and all the things. Oh, don't do that, Lil. I'm a bit of a spaz when it comes to stamping. We've talked about this before. I'm really not a stamper. I love stamps. I am not an expert by any means. I pretty much always stamp with black ink because it's really easy to fix a mistake when you stamp with black ink. So that's what I do. We talked about in one of the last videos on how to, when we did our sitcom list, if you're stamping with colored ink, and for example, if you don't get, well, hold on, let me do this first because I can't, I need to concentrate. So sometimes when you're stamping, and this, you can kind of see a little bit, but where you didn't quite get all the ink covered, and so you have some little holes in your letters where it's not quite as dark. I don't like that. It's just personal preference. Ooh, what did I just do? Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. Anyhow, so I don't like, and this isn't bad. So I don't like when there's little see-through to the paper underneath. When I use black ink, I can use a black Sharpie to fix it. So I will come back in after the fact and clean these, but not right now. So I will put my bee back. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So big, bold photo, big, bold title, right? And then once I have that done, I'll see. I may add a little bit of decorating to it, but maybe not. I mean, that's just kind of the intro to my spread, and that's a pretty big, bold photo and bold title. So it may just end up being that way. Oh, BRYCE. So I wanted to leave this guy here just for a second because I'd like to, as much as I can, try for this to be even in terms of lining up with each other, right? So let's see. Beer. Oh, yeah. Hang on. And I will pull the Y off, don't worry. And I know the Y comes after the C in this. I'm just trying to get it kind of lined up. It'll be close. All right, now we can pull the Y off. And let's find the E. Something that, while we're talking stamps, something that I did in the, actually, let me just get the E and then we'll take a look at that. A, B, C, D, E. Oh, you guys, we had the weirdest weather this week. Holy cow. Any of my Utah friends, if you are here, wrong. If you guys, my brain does not work upside down. I know that's silly, 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 but it doesn't. It's so hard to do that. I'm spatially challenged. I always say I'm spatially challenged. Anyhow, weirdest weather this week. So Monday was Memorial Day. I'm sorry, Labor Day. And I went with some neighbors and friends and Nick, and we ran a river here about an hour away, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And it was like 85 degrees and beautiful and hot and all of that. Tuesday, we had snow flurries at our house. There were hurricane winds, so up to 100 miles an hour here in Utah, which we don't get hurricanes. We're several states in from where usually hurricanes come. Well, actually more than several states in, because generally you don't have hurricanes in California. So we're many states in from Florida, Texas. Well, anyhow, you know what I mean. Lots of damage. Now, not at our house, more northern Utah. Maybe about an hour, starting probably about an hour from where we are. Well, not even that. Huge trees, like 100-year-old huge pine trees, completely uprooted out of the ground. School canceled, people without power for 3 days. It was like crazy, crazy, crazy weather. Crazy weather. And it's just one of those things where you're like, seriously? 2020? I mean, really? What? I mean, so for Utah, I mean, we've had 2 earthquakes this year. The first one being, I think, March 17th. So literally right after everything started to shut down. And then we had another one. And then Utah gets a hurricane. I mean, you guys, it's so weird. Karen, I know Colorado really got snow. We had nothing that stuck. Well, up in the mountains, things stuck a little bit, but yeah, just so weird. It's just like so weird. You're like, what in the heck is going on? What in the heck is going on? All right, so now I have to do my best to try to get this to line up. Actually, I need to put this down a little bit more so I have better perspective on it. Okay, I'm going in. I got to commit. Commit, your cod workers. Diane, do you work with fishermen? That's funny. Okay. All right. Yay! Okay, so now What I wanted to talk about really quick, you guys, when we're talking about stamping, in this traveler's notebook, in the window, the view out the window of the airplane, I went with, it wasn't a template, but it's kind of a design template, right? You can see, to try to keep everything really, really uniform, I did the same exact thing on every page, where this is the 3-digit airport code, 3-letter airport code from where I was flying from, where I was flying to, and then the date, and then over here just a little bit of journaling. So if you are doing something where you are pretty repetitive, maybe I'm going to all 5 national parks in Utah. What I might do would be something like this. I might have the exact same intro for every section. So anytime that you're kind of repeating, it's okay to repeat your design elements too, because then it kind of gives you a lot of uniformity, right? That sounds weird. You know what I mean. All right, so let's go ahead and put these little guys back on the page. And the C will go right here. So now, what I'm not sure, let's take a look at something. Let's go back, and I know I won't use these anymore because now they'll be too big if I decide I want to add something to this. So, put those in there. All right, so there we have Bryce. It needs something, right? Well, one of the things we know it needs, one of the things I know it needs, one of the things I know that it needs is my little outline. Like My Little Pony. My little outline, because it's rather stark, right? Okay. So here's the deal. A lot of times Bryce Canyon is referred to as Bryce. So Bryce Canyon. Oh goodness, I tried to keep everything stacked up here so it would make sense as I was working on it, because there are so many spreads and now they're getting in my way. Okay. Oh. Okay, hang on. I need to get a wipe out I need to get out a wipe because I think I am getting a little bit of fingerprint on my white, and I don't want that. All right, so there we go. All right. Okay. So sometimes Bryce Canyon is called Bryce. Well, people refer to it as different things. Bryce Canyon, it depends. So I could, if I wanted, pull out some other juniper stamps and do Canyon. No, those won't fit, too small. If I wanted, I could grab, hang on, I am going to my little stamps here to see what I have that might work. I don't think those will fit. I think those are too big. I do not think that those will fit. So I also have this. This is the little Juniper Small. And Juniper Small, I don't think that I want to do big and small in the same font. So I'm just looking through. This is Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is really small. I think that would be too small. What am I looking for? Something like this, but that is way too big. So you know what? I may, since I'm not finding what I'm looking for in my alphas, you guys, sorry, I'm turned around. I'm just going through my, where are the rest of my alphas? Did I pull this one out already? I think I did. Anyhow, I may come back once we're done and add something right here. I might add a little canyon, but I might just leave it that way. We'll see. I pulled this little guy out. This little guy is from one of Kerri Bradford's printables. And I thought I might, no, not there. I thought I might, no, it can't go there, right? It can't go there. I also pulled out these. It just so happens. So Kerri also lives in Utah. Clearly, she is a fan of the national parks in Utah as well, because she came out with this stamp set called Utah's Mighty Five. So this is Zion, Capitol Reef, Arches, Canyonlands, Bryce Canyon. So there are some really fun stamps here. So we have this one that says Bryce Canyon. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I am going to use this little guy that says Bryce Canyon. When she came out with these stamps, I was so excited because, you know, that's like perfect. Perfect for, well, I bought these long before we went on our trip a couple weeks ago, but all right, there we go. I think we're going to do that. We hope we like it, right? We hope we like it. Oops, don't stamp on your stamps, Lamb. Okay, come in and prime. A little bit more. It is clearly time to clean my block again. We've talked about cleaning your blocks. I use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and literally it comes right off. All right, so now let's try this right here. I'm sticking out my tongue as I do that. Okay. Isn't it funny if you're the kind of people that, there's some people that when they're playing sports that they just automatically stick out their tongue when they're concentrating. I totally do that when I'm concentrating. All right, so let's see if there's anything else here that I might want to incorporate on this little side. All right, I think for now that is going to be good. So, someone said something about a script font. I love the look of really solid sans serif with a script font. But for me, I don't think I have any script font stamps because I love the way, like if you are working, let's say in Photoshop, and you combine a block font with a script font, especially a block font that is sans serif. Sans serif, is, so serifs on letters, let me see. These are serifs, those little lines, those are serifs. So sans serif obviously means a letter that does not have any lines. Like, so this would be serif, this would be sans serif. And a lot of times they go well together because you have a little bit more kind of ornate versus something a little bit more plain. I love the look of script writing. What I don't like is having to try to hook together script stamps because it never quite looks right to me. So generally I stay away from script stamps. Script words, if they're a full word, then I'm okay. But it's more, it is more if they're an alphabet, like a script alphabet, I will tend to shy away from for that reason. Okay, so there we go, Bryce Canyon. One of the other reasons why I love to stamp in black is that is so, the contrast, it is just so clean and it's so bold, and I could have tried to find an orange or a different color, but that I like. All right, so I think I'm going to put this here just to add a little something over to this side. So I will put that right on top of my photo. And as far as date goes, I think I'm just, let's see. We were there. Oh, and I don't have my, I know, look at the calendar on my wall. We were there the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So, September 1st through 3rd. Location, well, duh, right? Maybe we'll just put Utah because we already know it's Bryce Canyon. And the occasion, well, there really was no occasion. There was no occasion. We just really wanted to get out of Dodge, right? We just wanted to get out of Dodge. So occasion is really getaway. Let's just call it this. Exploring. All right, so there we go. There's my first spread. I think, so this is interesting, you guys. As we were driving and as we were on this trip, we started talking about wanting to visit more national parks, and we visited quite a few in Utah, and we visited Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park, but really outside of, Utah and Wyoming, we really have not visited too many national parks. So we started talking about, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be fun to visit all the national parks? Wouldn't it be fun to have some kind of, I don't know, sprinter van or some kind of when we retire and just travel everywhere? So if we ever do that, then I kind of have a start here. And if we were to do that, I would probably redo all of this spread again, all of these spreads again that I'm doing in a specific traveler's notebook for national parks. So I might end up doing it over again. We'll see. We'll see if that little dream of ours happens. Okay, so there we go. There is our first spread. Second spread. The second spread is with these two photos and with some cards. I don't know yet which cards. I went through all of my printables and cut out some things. So we'll see what works. I printed, so all the photos that I'm using, I printed on the Epson PictureMate. This one, I printed on the Epson PictureMate. So the Epson PictureMate prints 3.5 by 5, 4 by 6, and 5 by 7. Now clearly this is taller than 5 by 7, right? I mean, right, it's taller than 5 by 7. It's 5 wide, but it is 8.25 tall. So I have included a link in the description of the video, almost at the very bottom. Kathy Zilski is an amazing designer. Amazing, amazing, amazing. She did a video, I think last year, about how you can use the Epson PictureMate to print larger photos like this, taller photos. Basically, you can print tall. You just can't get any wider than the 5. So if you're interested in doing something like that. So I did that, and then I also printed this one out. So this one basically is just 2 3x4s on a 4x6. And this little guy, so this one I did in Photoshop because I needed to make sure it was bigger. But this little guy, I just did in the Epson PictureMate Creative Print. Totally drawn a blank. I think it's the Creative Print app, and it's a free app with Android and iPhone. Anyhow, it has pre-configured like little canvas templates, whatever it is. So basically you can decide whether you want white borders to be printed around things or if you want no border. But you just pull up one of the templates, and in this case I pulled up a template, a 4x6, and I just dragged 2 photos in and then printed it out as 2 3x4s. So I need to trim these in half because we'll trim this in half because I don't want to use it side by side. So come in and just cut that right in half. And I may need to just trim a little bit of that white border. Yep, there we go. And then I do need to do that. Oh, not quite even, but that's okay, right? We don't get too tied up if things aren't exactly even because life is too short to reprint photos. And ink is too expensive to reprint photos. You know what? Hang on. I have something going on here because I am not cleaning my stamping block. I have black, oh goodness. Okay. I need to clean this up because it is going to start causing us problems, you guys. Bear with me for 1 second. Magic eraser. It's not wet, but okay, magic eraser to the rescue. This is kind of interesting while I'm cleaning. Sorry. That's why you clean up your stamps and your tools and your things after you use them, right? Anyhow. So, you guys, I do not have a white desk. You probably wouldn't know that, would you? I don't have a white desk. I have a black standing height tabletop, or excuse me, desk that I use. And it has a sheet of glass on top of it. And that's so it stays protected from all the, dropping inks and glue and all that. But that is not good for filming, right? Not good for filming at all because the glass is reflective and the black kind of makes it really, it's just not a good, black is not a good surface necessarily to film on. So what do you do when you don't have a white desktop and you want to film on a white desktop? You go to IKEA and you buy a $10 tabletop. That's what this is. It's about 1.5 inches thick. And it's about, 3 feet by 2 feet or something like that. And it's a tabletop. And literally every time I just pick it up and put it on my desk. And then I work and then it goes away. So I had to clean that off. Okay, so these two more photos. This is the exact same spot. So where Nick is right here, this is the exact same spot as this, right? But look at that. This is sunrise with so the sun is in front of it, obviously. Sunrise with the sun just lightning. I mean, just that orange is just insane. This is dusk. So you can see more white in it. But anyhow, there are on this whole... this is kind of like a canyon that you go down in and you hike down in, but up at the top, there are all of these little benches. So we had a little picnic here for dusk. So I said, not a bad spot for a picnic. Now this right here, this is printed on my photo. That thing that says not a bad spot for a picnic, that is printed on my photo. And I actually did that in Instagram. I did that in my Insta stories. So that was one of the photos that I shared when we were on the trip. And I just went into the photo in Insta stories or Insta stories, whatever it is, and typed that. And then because now when you do that, it saved it as a photo to my camera roll on my phone. Now I could just print it out like that. So definitely not a bad spot for a picnic. Okay, so there's one. And then this is another, so let's see. What we just looked at is on the other side of this. So this is the other side. This was another night at sunset. So you had this beautiful, those colors were just amazing as the sun was setting. Okay, so now I thought with these two, I would do this. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. So I have these two things. And then I have actually, I think we'll end up more like this. I pulled, well, let me see here. Totally not digging that at all. At all. Clearly this one I didn't, other than I sketched it out. That is not... not working at all. All right, so let's see what we want to do here. I think what I might be able to do, I'm going to trim a little bit off the top and bottom of this card. So let's see what happens when I do that. It's just too much, right? Too much. Chris, 62. Oh my gosh. Only 13 more. That is amazing. Good for you. That is now, oh, I don't know what that was. I'm a little jumpy between the hurricane and the earthquake. So anytime that I hear a really loud noise like that, that kind of freaked me out for a minute. God help us all if I am ever doing a video like this and there's an earthquake. Okay, you will probably need to mute it, and Henry will need to run out of the room really fast because you'll probably hear some words come out of me that we don't want Henry to hear, right? I'm not sure what I'm doing. This one, if it needs to be shorter too, so let's just see what happens here. I don't know, you guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. This one we could end up coming back to later. We'll see. We shall see. But they all don't have to be masterpieces too, right? Sometimes I think if we get a photo that we love, sometimes we get a little paranoid about not doing the not giving the photo justice, right? You know what I mean? So we're like, oh no, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. What if it doesn't look good? What if? This is too heavy. All right, so I'm going to do something. I am switching these two. I'm pulling this one down here and this one up here. The reason I did this feels super heavy, right? It feels super heavy, and it feels really heavy to be at the top. And then this is super light. So if I switch those, see what a difference that makes. Now you have heavy is anchored on the bottom and light is up at the top. So I like that better. All right, now this is not, there's too much white going on. So I have pulled ahead of time. I grabbed my Cozy Days paper pad. And I grabbed this because there are a lot of pinks and clearly oranges, right? A lot of pinks and oranges in these photos. So I thought, well, I came in and I grabbed some papers that I thought might work. So let's see if, I don't know, we'll just start throwing some things in and see what they look like, okay? Ooh, I don't know, that's a lot. That is busy, 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 right? Busy, busy, busy. I like this one. I mean, you know what? It's really, let me see. I kind of like that. So let's see if that's like that. Then if that's like that, is there enough here that this could be by itself? We'll see. I'm just talking to myself, you guys. Just talking away, because this is what I would be doing if if I was on my own, not filming. This is exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be like, do I like that? Okay, I kind of like that. I think that might work. Do I like that? Ooh, I don't like that at all. Would that work? Oh yeah, that might work. Okay, I have an idea, and I'm going to try something here. So, do I have a pencil in here? What did I do with my pencil? Well, I'll just use a pen. So, what if we stop about right there? And then I'm just going to get my trimmer out. I'm just on the, oh, I can't do that. I can't see well enough. Even with my readers, I can't see well enough. All right, so what I'm thinking might work here is if this guy goes here, and some strip of this, I'm just playing. Let's just see if we can come up with something here. If some strip of this works, that might work. I need to see what you guys are talking about, because you always give me good ideas. I know that's the hard thing, the blue. The blue, the sky is, right, that blue. But then if I put, let's see. Way too flowery. All right, let's pull the pad out. Now, there are some blues in the pad, but they're more of like a cornflower blue. So, as I just flip through here, see, it's not, in that one, it's just not the right blue. It is not the right blue. So, let's see. And of course I have lots more blues somewhere, right? All kinds of pattern paper, but let me see if I can find some blue in any of this that could coordinate. So the Cozy Days bits and pieces. I used a number of products from Cozy Days in last week's video as we were listing. And so I have linked those again. So cute. I have linked Cozy Days again because it's so pretty. It's such a great fall collection. It's so fun. Anyhow, I have a lot of the Cozy Days on my website. Yeah, see, I don't know. The flower doesn't really go there now, does it? Flower doesn't go. Flower does not go. I don't think we're going to find any blue. Teacup would not make any sense right there. You know me and tea. Sounds dirt water, hot dirt water. I like iced tea. Iced tea does not taste like hot dirt water. Yeah, no. Okay, none of those are working. So let's put these back in the bag. And we'll try one more thing. We'll try one more thing. I might have an idea that may help to get some color in there. So hang tight. Bear with me. Bear with me. I don't want to ruin that. Okay. Last week, my friend Iris popped in. Iris from Whimsy Fox. And she makes all these little felties, little hearts and tabs and things. So there may be a blue. I think we may pull that one of those little blue hearts there. And heart works here because, you know, that's Nick. And I heart Nick. So let's see. No. Cornflower, nope. Okay, so where did that blue go that I liked? Oh, right here. Okay. So let's grab this. Okay, now, so blue washi, right? So the hard part about blue washi then is trying to find blue washi. You guys know I have 8,012 different rolls of washi. Let's see if that'll work too. This is kind of my go-to when I get stuck on something. These are just such a great, the little hearts and the tabs are such a great, ooh, you know what? Maybe this tab. Okay. So she also does these tabs where they're die cut and then she literally stitches them. So kind of cool with all the threads. And if you're a spaz like me when it comes to sewing, then she does it for you. All right. So I think we will use those two. Oh, Mr. Raccoon is out. He needs to go away. All right. So I think we'll try those and let's see where those might work. Let's see where they might work. Oh, I need my little stapler. Hang tight while I grab my little stapler. Okay. All right. So I think going with this somehow. Now, I think what I want to do though, oh, wait. No. Those were some other cards. Actually, let's just look at the other cards that I pulled out so you guys can see. That would work, right? But I think I like, I think that, oh, I don't know. Maybe this is awesome. These were other cards that I pulled out. So that had some blue in it. Actually, that might work. No yellow. Hearts. No. Okay. So I know, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't want the beautiful. Let's see. That will be too much orange there. That could go there. You know what? Let's see. That could go there. That is, I think, too much blue. Too much blue. It looks like it's trying to be too matchy-matchy. Like orange here, blue here. So I don't like that. You know what? I actually think I like this one. So I need to trim this one down. Well, it's going to be heavy, but it is what it is. So let's trim this guy down. This guy needs to be trimmed down to the same size as the one before. So they have some sense of, ooh, why is that so much skinnier? All right, friends. let's vote. Let's vote. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry. We talked about them a little bit earlier. Fires, darn it. Hi, Valerie. I'm just looking at comments, so I probably missed all kinds of things. All right, so you guys, let's vote. So, do you like A, this is awesome? Okay. Do you like this is awesome? Or do you like here where I want to be? Which one? Tina, guess what? I never know if you're late. I don't know who's here and who's not, other than when I see people chat. So you never have to apologize for being late. All right, you guys, A is this is awesome. And B is here right where I want to be. Okay, I see lots of A's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 A's and a couple B's. A's, B's, second, oh boy. So I think what I'm seeing, I am seeing more A's than B's. So let's do it. Let's go. Now, as long as I remember, I think this was A, right? I think this was A. Still voting on a neutral background. Regina, so you're saying something more neutral over here, right? Too much of the dark brown. Too much of that. You think too much orange? Too much of the dark brown. All right, let's just play. Let's play a little bit more. Let's see. I think it's going to look weird, you guys, if we pull in a totally different kind of paper. I think it's going to look really weird because it won't be very cohesive. I'm sorry, my back is turned on you. My back is turned on you. Well, it's forward now. The floral takes away from that. There's a neutral. Somebody said a neutral. That's kind of a neutral wood grain. So we could do this and then do our strip. All right, let's do that. We're going with the neutral wood grain. So I need, oh gosh, I can't do that. I can't bend all the way over and try to do that. All right, here we go. The floral's the good color, right? That orange was good color, but maybe just too much floral, right? Every once in a while, there's too much floral. Okay, so that should be about right. There. And then here, this is kind of something that I'll talk about while I'm trimming. When it comes to wood grain and when it comes to stripe, I'm very weird. I like my wood grain and my stripe to be, I cut against the grain. So what I mean, right, the grain of the paper, the grain of the wood is going this way, and I cut against the grain. I like that contrast. I would rather not have the up and down, if that makes sense, with the grain, I guess. Okay, so there's that piece. And now I heard somebody say, well, maybe a little bit less. Okay, is that where that was? I think. All right, a little bit more. Let's see, what did we say? A bit less white space on the left. All right, Judy, so let's try this. Let's try a bit less white space, and we can always trim it down if we feel like there's too much. I mean, yeah, there's too much. So let's go here. That'll be easy. I always, whenever I find a really good neutral wood grain like that, I always pick it up because it just, it works. It is a little bit more, has a little bit more interest than a plain piece of paper. Yep, I think you guys were right. I think you guys were right. Let's see. Then this goes down here, and this goes up here. All right, I have to trim this down a little bit, and I'm going to explain why I'm trimming this down. This looks too much to me like it is halfway. Halfway Generally, things are better in odd numbers than even, thirds than halves. So this to me is too close to half, and it looks too happy. So happy. Did you know that's a term, happy? I'm going to trim this down just a tad, so it is not about half. Just a tad. All right. Oops, it doesn't go there. Oh, not that one either. I have too many things. Too many things that we've been playing with, right? All right, so this is what I'm going to start with. And then I will do something to tie this really in with the other spread and to tie in with the black. So here I am going to round the corners. And I will outline before I go ahead and hear that. I may not outline the center yet. Here we go. Ow, oops. Poked a hole in my finger with that pen. All right, so that will go there. And if I think I need to outline that part, I'll come back in and outline it after I get it in, after I get the other page in. You know what I would like? I would like a 6x8 pad of all wood grains. Wouldn't that be awesome? Maybe that works. Maybe. Then that goes like that. Oops. Does that go like that? There we go. It lines up. So I am not going to put my outline right there because I want those two pieces to meet up like they are one piece. And when I do that, I want to make sure again that my wood grain kind of lines up, because it will be really noticeable here if it doesn't. Okay, there we go. So then we'll come back around here like so. What is everybody working on today while we are playing? Are you working on memory keeping in a traveler's notebook? Are you crafting? Are you cleaning the house? Hopefully not. That's way overrated. What are you doing? What are you doing on this lovely Saturday in the fall? Almost fall. Let's see. Crocheting. Oh, Lori, that sounds fun. I learned how to do that when I was a little kid. My grandma taught me. There'll be more going on over here, don't worry. All right, now I have to, because you guys know me, I have to do it. I can't not do it. I have to come in and outline. Now, what's interesting about this, when I outline, I always use a Sharpie. We've talked about that before. I've linked in the video description to the Sharpie that I use, just a real fine tip. When you are doing something like this, this is a printable, right? This is a printable from In a Creative Bubble. I printed this on my laser printer, and I am now writing on top of it. So I can feel when I outline that the ink is laying on top of that. That's one of the reasons I use a Sharpie. I want it to be permanent. I don't want it to bleed because it feels like that is kind of a coated surface because of the ink. Oh, look at all these. Crafty weekend. You are, Kathy. Oh, have so much fun at the retreat with Joey and with Lauren and with Miss Michelle. So fun. Such a wonderful group of people, 3 craft chicks. Making masks. Ooh, very good. Okay, I'm squirreling for a minute because I have to see what you guys are doing. Just back from barbecue. Barbecue? Tina, what state do you live in? Watching while laying on my bed. In the Philippines. Hi. That's so fun, you guys. I love that. Everyone from all over the world, all over the US, all over Canada. Julianne, I think I saw you maybe post this before and I missed it. Tiana of San Francisco Planner Con. Memory keeping creative block, cross stitch. And you know what's interesting about that? A lot of times you feel like you want to be creative, right? We feel like we want to be creative, but sometimes if you have a block, then don't force it. Work on something else, right? Cross stitch or, work on something else. Even if it's, organizing your craft supplies, you still feel like you're kind of being crafty, but if you have a block, sometimes it makes it worse if you try to force it, right? Virtual is making the world a smaller place. I know, which is so cool. It's one of the neat things that's come out of this. Listening to you and doing corrections to my captioning file. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Trisha. I don't know what that means at all, but your captioning file. Oh, no, never mind. I won't even ask because I think I know maybe what that means, but I don't know. Okay. All right. So here we go. This definitely, you guys, works much better. And the reason that wood grain works, right? Super neutral, but look at this color with the rocks there. So, okay. Trisha, that's what I thought you meant. You do closed captioning. Very cool. All right. So that works. Not as bold as before. All right. So now we have this little guy and we have this. So, wonder if that could go there. No. Bear with me for a moment. All right. The reason I just did that, I want to use the tab on the side of one of these items, right? And before, I didn't want to do it right here because then it's kind of like hanging out in the middle of the page and then it's really top heavy up here. Well, it would have been like this, right? But still way too top heavy up here. So when I flip the photos like that, now, well, I couldn't do that right there because then, hello, this is just right where Nick is and that's just really awkward. So if I flip the photos like that and put this down here, then that kind of works a little bit better. All right, so that's what we're doing. That is what we're going to do. So I'm going to, let's see. We want this on here or do we want this on here? This, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that. We're going to make it work. All right. So make it work. Isn't that what Tim Gunn says? Make it work. Make it work. Just make it work. Oh, okay, you guys, now. So look what I just said. Ooh, I actually loved that. Bridget liked that better. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Awkward on the side. Awkward? You think awkward? Well, I'm going to do something. So I'm going to put it here, but I'm going to do something that I think will make it not awkward. So bear with me a sec. And here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do, not gonna. I hate gonna. I say gonna a lot. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that there. All right. We're going in now. I'm committing, right? I am committing. So there we go. Oops. That is not quite as wide, but that's okay. We'll never know, or we won't care. One of the two, right? One of the two. And I want to make sure that I have about the same distance between the edges, the inside edges with both of those. We'll put this here. Okay. This little guy I'm going to do like this. Okay, I'm not sure quite yet where this guy is going to go. So what I am going to do right here, let's go back and take a look at these these stamps from Kerri from the Utah's Mighty Five. So we have National Park, we have Red Rocks, we have Breathtaking, we have I Can't Even. Let's look. Let's take a peek. I Can't Even. I don't know. I Can't Even might be good. Might be good, but it's too small, I think. This, all right, bear with me. What did I do with my magic eraser? Oh, here it is. This is part of the problem that is causing me. I think that's why I'm getting ink everywhere. Anyhow, we're back to temperature-wise. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that, too. We went from 85 on Monday to literally like 35 on Tuesday. And now we're back up to 85 again. And that is fall in Utah. And the exact same thing happens in spring. Spring in Utah, Mother Nature has split personality. We will have really warm weather one day and then snow the next day and then warm weather and snow, and it's crazy. All right. There we go. That will help it a bit. All right. Sorry, I should have done that before. All right, so let's see. I just wanted to see what this would look like. This I Can't Even. Because I Can't Even is kind of cool. I can already tell I Can't Even is not going to work right there because it's going to be too small. I need something that's bigger. I need something bigger. And none of those are bigger. So what I might do, okay, here's another idea. Let's put this away. I know I will use this somewhere. Maybe over there. So I am going to grab my, you know that you have too many cubbies in your big IKEA calyx thing when you have to open all the doors to find what you're looking for. All right, I think I am going to look for, well, I don't even think I need to look for. I think I am going to use some black letter stickers to do my title. Maybe those. And maybe these. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So both of these are the same type of font, right? Sans serif, and both happen to be uppercase. So they're similar, but what I might want to do, I could either do a similar font, which would be this one, right? And then it would have whatever is there. Or if I wanted to break it up a bit, I could do these little lowercase guys, which I think I'm going to try. So let's see what we get. Oh yes, Red Rocks in Colorado. Okay, so I think I really liked that the stamp that said Breathtaking, but it was too small. So let's see what happens if we do Breathtaking. B. B. Oh, you know what? I need to do what I always say to do. I want to make sure I have enough letters, right? So there's an R, there's an E, A, T, H, I, G, N. I'm okay. So I just put little marks next to those letters to make sure that I didn't accidentally run out of letters that I might need. So I checked ahead of time. We talked about that a couple videos ago, that you can check ahead of time like that by marking them if you want, you know, because I actually did it. I spelled something and then didn't have another T or E or something. I don't remember what it was, but so we talked about how ahead of time before you commit, you can make sure by just putting little marks next to those. What do we say? 92 on call. Yep, exactly. Karen, you guys got the exact weather I did, you guys got the exact weather that we did, with the exception of you guys had a lot of snow. You guys had snow. We really didn't. B-R-E-A. I know, I see somebody saying blue over here. So we'll see if that works out. The triangle. We've talked about the triangle before too. The visual triangle. BREATH. Oh, I hope I have enough room. I think I will. Oh, and you know what? I don't think I marked 2 T's. I know I have 2 T's, but I don't think I marked 2 T's. Breath. I didn't, but I'm good. Breathtaking. What about space? I think I'm okay. I think we'll be okay. I know, right? But I think we're good. TAKING. We should be okay. I know, and that's a bummer too, right? Sometimes you run out of room and then you're like, oh my gosh, breathtaking. And then you put a little apostrophe like your hip. Breathtaking. Some words it's okay to apostrophize, right? Is that a word? No, apostrophize. Oh. Whoopsie, hang on. Little problem with our A. Little problem with the A. Oh yeah, Red Rock is a place in Colorado. Yes. They have amazing concerts there. Amazing concerts. Like, oh wait, who just said they're half an hour from there? So Karen, there is a hotel, like a really cool, like boutique-y hotel, that is right on the way up to there. You kind of get in like a little bit no man's land. I don't remember what that's called. I don't know if you know that hotel or not. It is, so I taught at an event in Colorado, Greeley, last fall. And my friend Vicki Booten also taught there. And then she and I extended a trip, rented a car, and went and stayed at that hotel, right kind of outside-ish, Red Rocks. So cool. Breathtaking ing. Okay. What's interesting, and this is something when you travel a lot, like I do, for work, for your business, a lot of times people think, oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. You must see so many amazing places. And you really have to make an effort to see places. Oh, look there's my hair. Lovely. Let's try not to do that again. What was I saying? Oh, you really have to make an effort to see the places because most of the time you are in a store or you are in a hotel, conference room or ballroom or whatever. And you don't really get to see the places. So as much as I can, I try to, especially if I have a buddy. If I have a buddy that I'm, teaching with or whatever, I will try to take some extra time and see the places. Okay, look at that. Perfect. So breathtaking. It fit exactly, which that is so awesome when that happens. All right, I am looking for one more little sticker because, and I don't know why I do this, but a lot of times I like to put a period at the end of something like that. I know it's not a complete sentence, but breathtaking. It is breathtaking, right? All right, so what's going to be interesting? We need something down here, right? We need our visual triangle. So let's get rid of these and let's see if, I know, we'll put a piece of pie there. Yeah, no. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. That probably I am going to have to wait because that is going to take some time to find something to go over here that works, that coordinates, doesn't have to match, right? What is it? If you guys ever watched with Stacey London and Clinton Kelly, where they would, what not to wear, right? What not to wear? I think it's called What Not to Wear. Anyhow, they talked a lot about things don't have to match, not matchy-matchy, but they have to coordinate. So I need something that'll coordinate. And this could end up moving. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So I am going to now move away from this one because I'll do a little bit of journaling and then I'll figure out the third and then I'll call it good. However, I will come in, ouch, put those away. I will come in for now and kind of continue my outline, because here it just kind of looks like it's falling off the edge, right? It's falling off into no man's land. So, whoopsie, sometimes that happens. We come in and outline, and it helps to bring it in. All right, so I'm going to put that little guy off to the side because I have a feeling that is not the color I will use, because I have a feeling I will probably come in and change color. Like I might, well, anyhow, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later when I'm done. Sometimes you just have to move on from things, right? I know I don't have the right thing here that I want to finish, so I move on and then I find it later. All right, so that's spread 2. Spread 3. Let me look at my little notes. Yes, okay. So let's get this out of the way. I might need these. I don't remember. We'll see. Okay, everything's on the floor now. Oh, I better move those. And while I'm breaking here, I better grab something to drink. Grab my iced tea really quickly. Kind of hydrate. Oh, Origin. And as you're headed up, it's on the right-hand side, I think. I think that may have been it, Karen. I think it might be Origin. All right, next spread. Next spread is using this. Now, I want to talk about something here before I show you what I'm covering up. This is one of the printables from In a Creative Bubble, and I have used the In a Creative Bubble printables a lot in my memory keeping and my listing because I love their style. The black, the white, it's super clean, super graphic. I love it. Oh, here's an example right here, you guys, of a combination of a script with a sans serif. So it's what a couple people were talking about earlier, where it's a really good combo or pair because they just blend together well. It's just a little bit harder to do that in a stamp. All right, so I knew ahead of time that I was going to do memory keeping in my traveler's notebook when we came back. So I actually printed this out before I left and I took it with me. So I took this with me, and I've talked about these little guys before. This is what I store a lot of my stickers and things in. So I took this with me in here. I took a blank one with me as well, right here. And then while I was there, I think I actually had this insert with me too, and I'll explain why in a second. Then as we were on our trip, hey, Vicky, I was just talking about you. Hey, Vicky, do you remember the name of the hotel outside of Red Rock in Colorado after we taught in Greeley? Was that Origin? Do you remember? Anyhow, so as we were on the trip, I put this in there. That is the map. Vicky, I'm documenting Bryce, but I'm documenting Bryce, the trip that Nick and I just took, not the trip that you and I took. And then I added a few other things. This is the receipt from the entrance to the park. So that went in this little envelope. And I bought a postcard, I bought a sticker. All of these things went in this little envelope. So that just floated around in the car, and I had it with me to put whatever in I needed. Now, because I've been to national parks before, national parks do a very cool thing in their visitor centers. So Chris, when you go to Zion, this is something that you may want to do. In the national park visitor centers, they have a little shop, and over in the corner, they have a little desk kind of thing. They have national park stamps, and they are stamps out there for you to actually use. They sell these little passport books that kids, and a lot of times will do the stamp in each national park that they go to. Because I knew they were there, I didn't have a passport book to stamp in, so I knew I wasn't going to stamp in the passport book. But that is why I brought this plain piece of paper that was already pre-cut for my insert, because I stamped this on it. Bryce Canyon National Park, that date, this is all part of the stamp. It's like a postmark, right? And then it says Bryce, Utah. So I stamped that, even though I wasn't quite sure maybe where I wanted to use that. If I could use it on this page, that would be great. If not, I could either punch this out or cut it out, and I'd have that little postmark. This was another stamp. This Bryce Canyon National Park. That is called a hoodoo. So as we look at these things, all of these little spires are called hoodoos. This one right here is a very famous one called Thor's Hammer. But again, this is a stamp that they had in the national park that you just and stamp while you're there. Now, I had a little issue with the ink, but that's okay. So I thought a little bit ahead of time about what I might want to use. So if you can think ahead of time before you go, if you're going to a national park, at least even if you do something like this, take some white cardstock and do some stamping. There was even one on the back of here, but this one didn't really apply, Junior Ranger. If you have kids or grandkids and you're going to a national park, they have a Junior Ranger program, all the national parks. We did this years ago with Jack and Sam when they were probably like 8 and 5. They have a little program. You stop at the visitor center and you grab this newspaper thing, and there are all these activities for kids. And then you do the activities. You go to another ranger center when you're done, or another visitor center, and the kids go through a little ceremony with a ranger, and they make them a junior ranger. And when we did it with our kids, it's been a long time ago. They had a patch. So they gave the kids a patch for that particular national park, which was really cool. So lots of things if you're going to national parks to kind of maybe do a little bit of research on. Or when you get there, go to the visitor center. You go to a national park, it's the very first thing that I do is go to the visitor center because they're a wealth of information, but they also have cool things like this. Okay, so this next spread, this is going here, today's walk. So we did quite a bit of hiking while we were there. See what I mean? Even you misspelled it. What are we talking about? What did I miss? Oh, Karen C. They misspelled my name. Oh, I get it. Okay. I get you. The Karens are making jokes. The Karens. Total squirrel moment really quickly. Yesterday on Instagram, somebody made a comment on one of my posts, and her Instagram name was Karen, not a Karen. And I thought that was so funny. And we joke a lot about Karens in our, when we do these sessions. Okay, so there we go. Today's walk. We did 2 hikes this day. We basically hiked all the way down into here. And all the way down is fun, right? And then you have to go all the way back up to the top again. That's a little, still fun, but And then, so that took, I don't know, maybe 3 hours. I think that was a 4-hour hike. And then we went back to our little cabin that we stayed in and had some lunch. And then we went out on another hike and all the way down in and all the way back up. So there was a lot of walking that day, hiking. So I thought, oh, today's walk, that is appropriate, right? So these are 4 photos that I took from our adventures in Bryce. That is Thor's Hammer. Look at, right? So there is that exact thing. My picture, their stamp. All right, so I have these. I'm not sure what I am. Sorry, thinking out loud, right? Well, I'm not thinking out loud. You can tell I'm just thinking. Normally, for whatever reason, I would always put this over there. But I think I want this to go here because I think I want to do some washi down here. I brought in new washi. This is from the Late Afternoon collection from Amy Tan. Amy Tangerine. This is part of the collection. I'm still waiting on the rest of the collection, the pad and the stickers and all that. But you guys, I loved this washi. Oh, sorry, Vicky. I see you said Lael. Oh, Julia. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I get sidetracked. Julia, the size of my traveler's notebook, it is a standard wide. So standard is 8.25 by 4.33 is standard. These are standard wide, so 8.25 by 5. So a little bit more width. DGD, best place, yes. Other way. Lael, is that a printable? Today's walk, yes. Vicky, it's a printable in a creative bubble. I have linked to this in the description of the video. It is linked in the description of the video. So, anyhow, I was talking about the washi. So, you guys, I loved this washi. A combination of rainbow and then all these numbers and days of the weeks and months, right? So, I did a little thing ahead of time. I used that rainbow. And you guys know how sometimes we talk about rainbows or we talk about washi. And a lot of times it's really hard to get a good feel for what the washi looks like because look it, that looks really muddy and kind of yucky, right? But when you see that out on paper, it is so yummy. So always look, you have to sometimes give washi the benefit of the doubt because it's sitting on top of, this is sitting on top of layer of color. So I think I'd like to use this and this one and this one. Like that. I'm just bringing some color in, right? And that's why I moved these two because I maybe want some of my washi to go over here. Because if I do this, and normally this is what I would do, but then it's harder to bring some of my washi over because where I stamped that. So that may not work. We'll see. All right, so we'll start with the rainbow first. My stomach just growled. You guys couldn't hear that. All right, Vicky, what did you agree to? See, now I don't know where you came from. You agreed to this way, right? That's the way I started. Okay, I think. See, I want this to go a little bit over here, but I don't want it to cover up the Bryce part. Well, let's just see. Oh, not quite straight. Not quite straight either, Lael. That's where you can cheat. We've talked about cheating before, right? When you're using paper, whether it's scrapbook paper or traveler's notebook or what have you, we're cheating by using these little dots on the dot grid to help us make sure that things are lined up straight. All right, start with that. Now, this one is kind of an interesting roll. Hold on. Agreed, the layout with it. I liked it. I don't know what you're talking about now. I still don't know which page you're on, Vic. Do the wash of the stamp and then continue on the other side. So that I can tell I think it would bug me. We'll try it and see what it looks like, but I'm a little bit type A, Lori, and I think we'll see what it looks like. All right, this guy. So this is interesting. This little strip is interesting because look how cool this would be. If you are making calendars and things in your traveler's notebooks, do you pull your glasses off of your head? What? Okay, I'm confused. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you could make a really cool little calendar or habit tracker in your traveler's notebook. And then you could write, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the days of the week are. But look at this. They change color. So you have kind of that rusty color. Then you kind of have, my hair was messy. I don't know. All those different colors, right? But look at this. So I think, all right, we have this one that's going to go below it. So I need to decide which one I want. And I know I don't think I want the really dark one. So I think I might like the yellow. But what's going to get interesting is I'm going to have to use several, aren't I? So let's go with, that's funny, it looks like a word, but we're not quite sure what the word is. Okay, there we go. And this, I don't know, let's see if we just put it back on the roll. And then we might be able to use it later for something else when I want those colors. All right, so super versatile, right? We could make our own calendar with that, but then we could also use it just as a little decorative strip. Same thing, except let's look at this. I haven't pulled this one out yet. These just got here like 2 days ago. Okay, days of the month. No, months of the year. Hello. Months of the year, all the same color. but fun, right? Washi, Sharon, I have it linked in the description of the video. This is the late afternoon calendar washi. Super fun, right? And then you also have this guy. So you have the numbers, right? The numbers of the month. Yeah, they don't quite work that way. Anyhow, and that's just a good fun number, strip to have to just use it to be decorative. But this one is fun because this is also numbers, but this one, just the solid blue. Now, I may get a little wasteful again here because I could either take this literally. I'm not going to take it literally. We were there the first, second, and third, but this is just more decorative. I don't want to waste. So we'll come in here. Oh, actually, this one normally wouldn't be this long, right? Because I don't like them to be all the same length. So that would be that way. And then, oh, Karen, I like that. Cleaning though, right? Sometimes I'll do that with Vicky's. I will, because what she does is amazing. Her mixed media things. She does Facebook Lives on Friday nights and I think Wednesdays too. But her mixed media things, generally, since I'm really not a mixed media person, I try to be, but I'm really not. I think that'll work. Anyhow, we're all just like clean up, or I might organize my stamps or just clean up my scrapbook room or reorganize or do things like that because, you want to be there and you want to be fun and listening and participating and, having social time. That's the other thing. And I think I forgot to mention this at the beginning. So I think the first, I don't know, however many we did, 16 or whatever, 16 weeks of these Saturdays. Those were originally classes and there was some structure to them, right? In some cases, no structure, but some structure to them. What we've been doing now, where we're alternating Saturdays, these are basically, we're all crafting together, right? We're all good friends. We're all, what I said last week, we're all in Hawaii and we have this amazing, like ginormous house right on the water. And we have the windows open and we're all crafting together and laughing and having fun. We're all working on different things. We get sidetracked. We talked about Red Rock. We talk about what's the name of the hotel in Colorado we stayed at. We talk about squirrels. We just go all different directions. And that is what we would normally be doing if we were all together, right? We wouldn't all be on the same page. We'd be laughing and joking, and that's what we do here. We all hang out. We're all working on different things. We are laughing and joking, and every once in a while I squirrel and go a totally different direction. Nothing to do with traveler's notebooks or memory keeping or listing or anything, but we just chit chat. So fun and not much structure. Not much structure. Really no structure at all. All right. So this was, with the exception of that one is not the Navajo loop. That literally, you guys, you pull off the side of the road in a little pull off, and that is there. That amazing arch. And the green that you can see, those are the trees on the other side of the arch. So there's so much wind and so much erosion that happens in this area between the wind, and it does freeze in the winter and it snows there in the winter. So you get, that's how a lot of these formations are formed over the millions and millions and millions of years. Vicky, not where the ravens were. The ravens were, I think the one before this. Yeah, the ravens. There are ravens in the park that are very socialized. Too many people feed them. And so when people pull up, the ravens are very friendly because they think you're going to feed them. I think Vicky had one on her head or something like that. Well, not really on her head, but right. It was kind of fun. Huge. Yes, huge. Like, I don't know, maybe 2 feet, 18 inches. Yeah, big. All right, location. So this one was called, this little thing here was called the Navajo Loop. Navajo Loop. Okay. I will do my journaling here. And I will put the little date here. I'll probably put the date with this. So this would have been the 2nd. So September 2nd. Oh, you guys, this just reminded me. I have something so exciting coming. I received an email yesterday afternoon for something that someone shared with me. I don't know, a couple months ago, asking my opinion on something and would I think that if they did this particular product, if it would be well received. And I said yes and jumped up and down and said, oh my gosh, I need to be the first one. And please, please, please let me know when they're ready. And so last night, around 5, I got a text that said, okay, they're ready. And so I will be bringing them into my shop. And I just will say you guys are very excited. You guys will be very, very excited. And I will just, it's not this, but you guys will get a hint when I show you this. So hold on. I have to pull this out. And it's totally different, but I'm just going to show you. I will say no words, but I will show you. Not this, but along the same lines. So I think it will make you very happy. Can you see? All right, you guys know what that is, right? We all know what this is. And if you don't know what this is, you will know soon. Not this, but something to make you very happy. So it's coming. Hopefully next week. Just, if you don't receive my emails, you probably want to make sure you go sign up because I will order lots, but I have a feeling I will be making reorders pretty quickly. Okay, that's enough of a little teaser. All right, let me make sure this is correct. I know, lots, you guys. So I'm super, super, super excited. I didn't make it, but someone that made it knew that I liked that particular something on there that I used a lot that you can't find anymore. You guys know what I mean. Oh no! All right, so this is what, I just broke my cardinal rule there, you guys. Let's use this as a learning opportunity. I've talked about this before. This little guy. Sarah, yes, the Avenue stickers are hopefully on the way. I have a big order coming from American Crafts, hopefully this week. Big order. Avenue stickers should be back. In the meantime, there are 2 new Avenue die cuts that I brought in. So Avenue die cuts are coming back as well. There are Avenue die cut phrases and Avenue die cut flowers that are both in the store now. Super cute. Yeah, if you just go to my website and search Avenue, you'll see them. Okay, so this is what I just did. I normally, if I am stamping, right, normally I will put this little thing under here so I get a nice, I'm not running into what was underneath it. So what was underneath it, when I stamped, I hit right here. So it split my stamp and it didn't really work. These little things, these little grid blocks, they come in a set of 8, I think. So great. These are super portable too. So if you want to stamp on the road, super portable. But I like to use them for doing this, at least this size, for doing this because it protects what's underneath. Anyhow, I forgot to do that. So what I am going to do, this is again when my friend the Sharpie pen comes in handy. I know what that looks like. I know what the 9 looks like. So I just kind of come in and fake it. Okay, look it, I fixed it. Oh, except for the heart. Well, we'll try to fix the heart too. There! You'd probably never even know that I messed that up, huh? Did you guys see what happened? I fixed it. I just used my little Sharpie to fix that. All right, so I will come in later. Oh, you know what? This is the same printable I used when we had the little moped girl that I switched out. All right, I will come in and do my journaling and probably do maybe a few little out words and different color stickers just to bring color here to color here. So it would be similar. Let me just show you. Let me see if I can grab this. I think it's handy. It is. All right. So this is our list, my list, Traveler's Notebook, from all the lists that we've been doing. This. So I think I might do something similar over here in my journaling to this, because that is how I will pull color from over here into here. That's, I think, what I'm going to do. But I won't do it right now because that'll take me a little while, and I need to think about what I want to journal here. All right, so that is how many? 1, 2, 3. All right, what time? Noon. Okay. Well, we're still going, friends. We are still going. So if you're still going with me, awesome. But you know, if you need to leave, leave. It's funny because you guys will say, oh, guess what? I need to leave. Thank you. Sorry to leave early. I don't know if you're here or not. I mean, I know if you're here, if I see you in the chat, but if you leave, I don't know that you've left. So don't feel like you have to apologize for getting here late because I don't know. Or don't feel like you have to apologize if you have to leave early because I also don't know. All right, this next one, I have to look at my little cheater. Oh yeah, you can see, here's my little sketched out ahead of time, and my little, I think I want to do this. Oh yes, thank you, Karen. Karen, you're always so good about that. You guys, if you like what you're seeing, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. That's super important. Yes. Okay, next one. Vicky knows this about me, and you guys, if she was here with us in Hawaii as we're all looking out over the ocean with the wonderful breeze, ocean air breeze, she would be laughing and she'd be poking fun at me, but I would totally deserve to be poked fun at. I am the worst selfie taker ever. E.V.E.R. Ever. I have such a hard time with selfies. So Nick and I are on our trip, and I think, you know what? We should really have some pictures of us together, right? So we took some selfies, and he ended up having to take the selfies because they did not work out well at all when I did them. Not at all. So I did, look at all the selfies. Those are all different selfies. I think one of the reasons it worked is that his arm's longer than mine. So yes, Vicky, facts. Yes, it's so true. Such facts. Anyhow, so different selfies. And I thought, you know what? It's just part of our trip. And it was the two of us. So I thought, well, let's just include some selfies in here for a spread. So let's cut some of these out. I think this is for the last one. Oh, and yes, when I said it's noon, I am mountain time. Oh my gosh, Lori, dinosaur short, like T-Rex with his little arms waving in the air. Love that. Yes, Vicky is the selfie queen. You can't even believe it. I keep thinking I need to practice, but then, life. So no practice. And then I get mad when all the selfies of me look horrible. Oh, darn it. Well, okay. I was just trying to, you know what, Vicky? It is the smile. You're right. It's not necessarily, I know how to take a pretty good photo. It's the smiling. And Vicky, there are some photos in here. I'm going to have to send you a photo. Remind me, I have to send you a photo of one of the selfies that we did. Because, sometimes I don't like my teeth to show when I smile. And Nick is all over that. And he's like, why do you look so angry? Why do you look so angry? So there are a couple of selfies where I'm trying to take the selfie, and I can't tell, but in the background, he's like, his lips are closed and they're all pursed, and it's just so funny. And he's like, I'm going to frame that one. Not this one. Yeah, this one, I liked this one. This was a good one. I liked this photo. It was good. So I'm not very often in photos because I don't like the way my smile looks. So then I have closed mouth smile, and then that looks really weird. And once somebody emailed me, another scrapbook teacher in the industry, and she said, how come you always, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. And she said, why do you always smile with your mouth closed? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Remember that, Vicky? All right, I'm making these my little ones. I need 4 little ones. And this is an example of, you know what, you just take all the pictures and take it 10 times and move your head one way or move your head another, or watch to see who's in the background, because somebody may be photobombing you unintentionally and you don't want them to photobomb, and just take lots. That's right, Vicky, wouldn't you say that's your probably number one tip, is just take all the photos and take lots. Even though you think you've already got it, just take some more because you never know what's in the background. Like somebody forgot to get the garbage can out of the way, or there's, you know, somebody bending over in the background or something like that. So just take lots and hope you find a good one. And guess what? If you don't, still memory keep it, right? Still memory keep it. Still scrapbook it because, you know, you have to. Get in the photo, even if you don't like to be in the photo, and just do it, right? Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. All right, let's see what we're doing here. This is going right here. I haven't really thought this one out at all, you guys, other than the pictures. So this, there may not be much that's going to happen on this one. That's going to happen. There may not be much. There may not be much. Isn't that interesting? And it's kind of like maybe how if you sleep with someone, you have a side of the bed, right? You have a side of the bed. I lost you guys for a second. I lost you guys. I'm back. I don't know how long I lost you, but I looked under and it was telling me that it had some carrier update setting. I don't know why my phone always does that. It chooses to do that on Saturdays when we're trying to do this. Anyhow, what I was saying is if you sleep with someone, I know that sounds weird. Bear with me. If you sleep with someone in the bed and you've slept with that person for a while, a lot of times you have a side, right? You have a side. You have the left side or the right side. So facing the bed, I'm always the right side, Nick's always the left side, and it's been that way ever since we've been together. So what's interesting is I wonder if you're a couple, when you take photos, if you also have a side. The reason I say that, and I don't think that I know that. I mean, I haven't gone to the trouble to figure out what's my better side when I take photos. But look at this. All of these photos, Nick on the left, me on the right. That's also the same place that we sleep in the bed. But look, left, right, left, right, left, right. Oops, right, left. Isn't that weird how one of them is still, never lost you, still here. Okay, good. I think I caught it right before. Anyhow, just kind of a little observation there. So what may happen here? This may be where I can pull in. Don't look, no. Don't look. Don't look while I just play. I don't know. So you guys, I can already tell this one's going to be short-lived. I'm going to adhere my photos, and then I'm not going to do anything else on this one. This is going to take a little bit more work because I know I want some kind of title up here, and I will probably do something, either stamp or something in black just to keep carrying through. So see, I kind of have a theme going. We have the really dark black with the photos. I have the black title with the photos. I have the black here with the photos. So I know I need some kind of title here, but I really haven't even thought this out to know what is going to be beyond that. And so I think what I will do, I am going to just temporarily, I just put one little strip of adhesive right there. So if I need to pull it up, I can. And I will do the same with these little guys. I'm just going to tack them down very lightly. And then I will figure out later. In fact, I think this one has to be here maybe because it's weird. It's opposite. I will figure out later what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do here. You froze. Oh, you know what? I wonder, Ellen, I wonder if that's it. Other person taking the photo uses the dominant arm. But you know what? He took all of these. Because you're not seeing the ones. You are not seeing the ones that I took. Because let me tell you, they are not good. They are not good. All right, so this is temporary, right? That's temporary, and I will come back and play with this some more. And yes, I know it's all the same, right? It's all the same of us, but that's how I want it, okay? So I'll talk about something about getting away in the middle of coronavirus, or, well, yeah, in the middle. I mean, we don't have coronavirus, but, you know. Hi, Nadine, welcome. All right, so the last one. The last one is going to incorporate all kinds of things, all different kinds of things. So, a few minutes ago, when I was talking about, why is that doing that? Something that I put down earlier. All right, a few minutes ago, when I was talking about this guy and all the things that I collected with me when I was in the park, and I put it in a little envelope like this. I will remember when I'm done. Let me just make a quick note. I did a video. Actually, I filmed a video after Vicki and I came back. Vicki was here seeing me last summer in July. Vicki is from the Toronto, Canada area, Niagara Falls area. And so she usually comes to visit once a year. And we drove down to Bryce. So last year, she and I drove to Bryce, and I'd never been before, and Vicki hadn't either. So after that trip, I filmed a, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minute video on how I prepare to memory keep a trip. So it would go kind of a few of the things we've talked about, but goes in a lot more detail, but just about preparing to memory keep. Anyhow, I will link that video. So I need to do that. Link Bryce video. I will link that in the description of this video. So if you would like to see that, you can either come back to the video when we're done, or you can just go to my YouTube channel here and take a look at it. So the things that I had collected. So I collected this guy. Well, I stamped right down there the Bryce stamp. I grabbed this postcard. I grabbed this sticker, BCNP, Bryce Canyon National Park. I grabbed this map of the park. And I saved this. This was the receipt when we entered the national park and had to pay. This is the receipt. And I wanted to do something with this receipt. And I wanted to talk about doing something like this, how you incorporate memorabilia in a memory keeping spread like this. So this would be memorabilia, right? All of these things would be memorabilia. How I would incorporate something like this in my memory keeping spread. Now, this receipt is printed on a thermal printer. Very, very thin paper. And I know based on experience, this is the exact same type of printing that when you fly on an airplane and you get the little ticket that is on really flimsy paper, that ink will fade. Eventually, this ink will disappear. If you have ever scrapbooked or included any of your plane tickets in your memory keeping or your scrapbooking, you know that these things fade. And you're like, where was I going? And I can't even read. It's kind of fun to include things like these, especially when you have prices on them. So I will know now that when we went September of 2020, that it cost $35 to get into the park. Maybe 25 years from now, there could be a zero on the end of that. I don't know, but it's kind of fun because it kind of timestamps that. Now, I know I want to include this, but I also know based on past experience that I do not want to include this piece of paper because it will fade. So you have a couple of options. You could photocopy this, right? You could photocopy it and use the photocopy. Or you could take a picture of it. So I took a photo of it and then I printed it out on cardstock, right? So here we go. Here we go. So Mariana, something like this, and I don't know if because it is so thin that if you put gel medium on top of this, I don't know what it would do because it is thermal print. I don't know if you've tried that or not, but it may work. So generally what I do is I took a photo. I took a photo of this and printed it out on cardstock. So there it is. Now it's good. It's a little bit sturdier, but now I don't have to worry about this fading. But here's the other thing. Maybe this is too big. What if this is too big for whatever I want to put it on? It's the exact same size as this. What if this is too big? Well, guess what I can do? Once I've taken a photo of it, I can resize it. So look, there's a little version of it. And then here's even a little teeny tiny version of it. So depending on how I want to use this, how I want to use this in my memory keeping or in my scrapbook, I can do whatever I need in terms of resizing, but also now it is safe. Yes, Karen, you need to add Vicky to your list. Vicky and I are kind of like sisters from another mother. Ellen, you could also laminate it. Absolutely. So here's an example. A couple of months ago, so sometime after I had started doing the Traveler's Notebook classes every Saturday, someone emailed me and she said, hey, I need some advice. My boss wrote me a very nice note about something that I had done really well on, and I'd like to include that in my Traveler's Notebook. The only problem is it's too big. So should I fold it up and put it in there, or what should I do? And I said, well, you could fold it up, right? Or you could take a photo of it and then make it whatever size you wanted. And she was so excited because that's what I think she ended up doing, was taking the photo and then making it the size that she wanted. So, or taking a photo. So that's what I have done here. Now, I have used library cards a lot. I love the library cards. I carry these in my store. They are one giant sticker, so self-adhesive, and it has the pocket, and then it has the card in it. Yesterday, I just added something new. So this is the little pack that has, I think there's 8 library cards and 8 pockets in it. These are new. So now you have the plain ones, but now you also have the color ones. So same pocket, but now colored library cards instead of the plain library cards. If you like working with library cards, I have included links to both of those in the description of the video. But those are kind of fun. And what I love about them is, actually, I'll show you. This is still in progress. This is the Traveler's Notebook that I started doing after Vicki and I came back from our trip. Well, I'll just show you. Since we're talking Bryce, I might as well show you. I have all kinds of stickers that I have grabbed from the visitor center. This look familiar, right? Look at that is this. So normally when I went on the first trip, I grabbed a bunch of these because I wanted to, I wasn't sure how I might use them. So decorating the pocket, there's a little map there. But here is an example of how I use those. I lost you guys for a second because our friend Sammy, our son, Sam, decided to call. Funny. I just hit decline and now he just texted me and said, sorry. I think he figured out that I was probably still teaching. Anyhow, no, it wasn't you. It was me because Sam called. Sam called on my phone and it can't ring and film at the same time. So that's why we lost me for a second. Anyhow, library cards, but also those of you that don't like your own handwriting, you tell me all the time, I hate my handwriting. I hate the way it looks. Well, if you do hate your handwriting, but still want to tell some sort of story, then a library card is great for that because it just tucks away. I also use those we've used those a couple times, I think, in our listing, right? So when we did, you guys, this list is almost full. I mean, this notebook's, oh, there's one. Favorite summer foods. So there we go. There's my little journaling. Into the pocket it goes. And, oh, no, this is kind of the same idea, but different. That's just a little bag. Anyhow, so I think what I want to do is use this for this. So this could go in here like this. Probably wouldn't also use the library card because that's a lot going on in there. I also have different sizes, right? So let's see where my other little sizes went. I don't know what I did with them. Anyhow, yeah, no idea. I'll find it. You guys, I know what happens. You guys are saying it's over there, it's under, it's on top of, yeah. I don't know. I may end up using a different size, but it's okay because all it does is slide in the pocket, so it won't matter if I put a different size of one in there. Because it does need to be a different size. Are you getting the spinny wheel? Karen, anyone else getting the spinny wheel? I'm not seeing the spinny wheel on my end. So let's see. You guys will have to pipe up. Let us know if you keep getting booted. Interesting. I'm still here. I don't know. Yes, everyone. Yes, but you're back. No. Yes. Okay. All right. Anyhow, I think we're good. So you didn't miss anything. I just talked about library cards. I talked about the color library cards. I talked about the regular library cards. And then I spent, oh, there it is. I spent 10 minutes, not 10 minutes really, but looking for the smaller version of this. Because, ooh, that might work. Because look, small one. Small one could go in there, and along with this could also go in there. Then I kind of have a couple things. Oh, yes, because I want to use this sticker. This sticker I picked up at the visitor center. Now, I have lots of, I was going to call it paraphernalia, not paraphernalia. I have lots of memorabilia from when Vicki and I went before. So, I bought this sticker again because I had actually already used another one when I documented the trip from last year. But, and I cover this a little bit in that video that I talked about how I go about preparing to memory keep a trip before I leave. I always buy more than I know or think I will need. The reason I do is that you never know when you might want to use a different sticker or more stickers, or you might want to use postcards or different things like that. So I definitely have more of these types of things than I need. But I thought what I would do here is with this sticker, you know what? Actually, I think it's going to go right on there. Well, it's committed now. Nope, maybe not. I don't know. I was originally thinking it was going to go up here, but I shouldn't have pulled that thing off yet. If it goes up here, then this is kind of here, and then it's kind of a lot, and I don't know, then here, but then there, and then if I move it over here, put it down here. I'm just thinking, you guys. I'm just playing around. Can't go there. You know what? I think it's just going to go right up here. It's there. That'll work. And then this guy will go, hang on. Different. Oh, basically the same. I thought that was a lighter cream color, but all right. So these two will go in here, kind of like this. And this one's obviously going to be very graphic. That's fine. All right, so we'll pull some color in there somehow. This will go here. Like that. Now, so you guys, I think it looks like some people are fine and some aren't. Nonstop. What does nonstop mean? It's happening nonstop. So, very interesting. I don't know why, because I can still see. I am not seeing any spinny. So, refresh. Try to refresh. Try to refresh and see what happens. And if it's still doing it for you, I don't know, you might have to, I don't know if you can come back in and go out and come in. All right, anyhow, you'll figure it out. All right, so this postcard. I did not do it this particular time because, well, I just didn't. When I travel, if I go, especially if I'm traveling internationally, I always will get a postcard because I like to add postcards to my traveler's notebooks. Now, what I'll do if I'm international, I will turn it over while I am international, and I will write myself the postcard, put a stamp. So let's say I'm in Paris. I write myself a postcard in Paris. I put the stamp from Paris. I send it back to myself. Then it has the postmark from Paris, and it comes all the way across the ocean, and it lands in Utah. And then I incorporate that in my traveler's notebook. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, whether you're a scrapbooker in a 12 by 12 or you use mini books or you use a traveler's notebook. It's kind of a fun thing to do, especially if you mail it back to yourself. In this case, I don't have, I know I don't want to put it right here because hello, then it's just kind of there. I can't see anything. And I don't have rings like I might with a mini album. I can't punch holes in it and put it in as a page. So what I will do is I will create a tip in. And if you had watched, I think way early, like week 1 or week 2, maybe week 3, whatever it is, I talked about creating a tip in. And a tip in is basically where I can take something like this and tip it in to my traveler's notebook. I'm basically going to add another page in here. And I'm going to do that by using washi. So I want kind of a neutral washi. I'm going to my, you guys know this ruler washi tape. I use it all the time. It's just such a good neutral for me. Has nothing to do with school, but super neutral. So I'm going to come in and let me cut. I need to have a straight edge here. Normally I would never use scissors with washi. I always tear it, but in this case I want to have a straight edge. So pop that in there. I don't know, you guys. I'm not sure. I don't know because I'm watching just like you guys are on my iPad and I'm not seeing it. So it may be that you might have to come back in, and it might take until after the video. I don't know. It's hard when it happens to some people and not others. If it was happening to everyone, then we would know something was wrong generally on my end. But I don't know. I don't know. At least we know it's not the Bluetooth from the car in the garage like it happened before, right? That was craziness. All right, so basically I am coming in. Oh, not enough. Hang on. I am coming in and I have about half on the insert page, half of the washi on the insert page, and half of the washi on my postcard. All right, so basically that is attaching the postcard to the insert and the insert to the postcard. All right, okay, let's cut this again. Okay, that's good enough. And then I come in and I do the exact same thing on the other side. Yeah, I don't know, Debbie. Sorry, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know. All right, so then here we go on the back side. Same thing. Part on the postcard and part on the insert. Now, I'm doing this with the postcard, but I could have done the exact same thing with well, I probably wouldn't do more than one, but I could have done this with the printed photo of the receipt when we entered the park. All right? So there we go. Now I have this little tip in. And if I had gone to the post office there is a post office there because I know I did this last year, but they don't have a really cool postmark. It's just, Utah, so that wasn't too exciting. But I did mail it back to myself, so that was kind of cool. So now I have a built-in spot for journaling. So when I come to finish, I will do my journaling there. Over here, because I don't need room for journaling because I have all of this space here and I have room for journaling also on here, I printed a bunch of little photos. So all of these printed on that Epson PictureMate, and this was one of the templates that they had, right? So basically I just picked this template and then put photos in from my camera roll. We stayed at a really cool little cabin within the park. We saw deer, we saw baby deer, a sunset with a full moon. That was very cool. Nick, more pictures of the little cabin area. So this is what's interesting, you guys. Normally national parks, super, super crowded, right? If you've ever been to a national park, especially between the months of like May and September, super crowded, not crowded at all. And I think one of the big reasons not crowded at all was because based on when I was here last year, there was a large international visitor population. So people come from all over the world to go to the national parks in southern Utah. So because people aren't really traveling, fatal error. Huh. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and hope that it's not happening for everybody. Anyhow, definitely not crowded at all. So that was really awesome. We had lots of room to ourselves. There were people there, but not crowded. But what was really interesting is there were certain parts throughout the park. They had these stickers, kind of the big stickers on the ground, like you would see at the grocery store that say 6 feet apart. Well, this little sticker said, please keep a safe distance, 6 feet. And then it said the height of a buffalo bull. And there's a little buffalo right there. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, now I need to trim out these little photos because I don't want them all hooked together. I would like them all separate. So I will just do that quickly, trim out my little photos. And I didn't do it ahead of time because I wanted you to see that that's how they come out of the printer, is all, connected like that. Huh, I want to see something. Let's see what happens if we keep 2 by 2 connected. If that looks weird. That might be kind of fun. Let's see. If we don't like it, we can always do them separately. But I love incorporating little photos like this, right? Because, you take a lot of photos. I did. I took a lot of photos while we were there. And I don't necessarily want to do an entire book of everything that we saw. So in the little, with the little photos, I can capture lots of little things. Let's see. No, I'm going to separate them. Oh, Tiffany, you will love it. You will love the Epson PictureMate. I cannot say enough good things about it, you guys. It's pretty awesome. Every time I do the memory keeping session here, we talk about it because that's what I use. And people always ask what I use. I checked right before. I've linked to it in the description of the video. I always link to it in the description of the videos when we do our memory keeping. I just checked before we started today and it's back up to $249. So $249 is an amazing, it's still a good price. I think when I bought mine years ago, I think it was $299. So $249 isn't bad. I think 2 weeks ago it was $199. There was one time way early in COVID that some of you got an amazing deal, and I've never seen this happen. I've never seen it happen again, for $125, which was craziness, right? I think that was the early days of COVID where things were a little crazy. Yeah, interesting. So yes, Tiffany, you will love it. You will love it. All right, so now I have all my little guys here, and I will just, I don't know how I had them together before. I will just lay them out so I can kind of get a feel for where they need to be spaced. There's a cabin. Oh, I think cabin might need to go up here because I have 2 cabin pictures. So that was so fun. I said from now on, anytime we go to a national park, if we can stay in the park in one of the cool cabins, that we will do that, because it made, literally we were 20 feet. No, not 20 feet, maybe 100 yards. I exaggerate. 100 yards from where we started hiking. Right from where we were doing the sunset and all of that. So that was pretty cool. It was especially cool for the sunrise because we didn't have to, we just literally rolled out of bed, grabbed some coffee from our room, and then strolled out there. So that was nice. Didn't have to get in the car and drive. And so that was fun until we end up with our dream Sprinter van or something like that one day. And then we don't have to stay in a place. Okay, so here we go. Some of them are a little wider than others. That's okay. We're not going to get too tied too carried away. This is also, we're cheating, I'm cheating. I am using the little dots on my insert, the dot grid insert, to help make sure that all of these little guys are straight, right? Those lines are there for me. I might as well make use of them. Then I think if I do one, oh, not quite. Yeah, well, never mind on that. Kim, good for you. Good for you. Shirley, you guys, I don't know what's going on. For some of you, it is, for some people, it's fine. And for some people, it's just gone. And I don't know why. So keep trying. Keep trying. And if you're not having any luck, I wonder what's interesting. I wonder if you're all in California, because I know Shirley is. That's a great idea too, Kerri. Watch during the holiday sales. For sure. Black Friday will be very different this year, I think. There were some talk show hosts, some late night talk show hosts that were joking earlier this week. Did you hear the news? Home Depot is not going to have Black Friday this year. And they're like, Home Depot? Like, who wants to get up at the crack of dawn to go to Home Depot to buy screws on sale or something? I don't know. It was something funny like that. But yes, I think our Black Friday shopping will be very different this year. I will have some fun things on Black Friday for sure. I've been planning for months for that. All right. Fun things at Lail by Mail. Anyhow, weird. Karen. Oh, I know, Karen, you're in Colorado because you told me where you were. Went out and came back. It's okay now. Yeah. Lowering the quality of the video. That could work. Karen C in California. I'm in So you guys, who knows? I know, right? Weird internet. All right. So, I have some more things to play with, right? I have some of Kerri's stamps. This is Wander Born to Roam. I could maybe put that somewhere. Oh, dang it. I remembered what I wanted to do. Okay, hang on. I'm going to try something. I am going to try something here. Bear with me. This is, I forgot. I wanted to have this in that lower corner. I just put a photo there. So I am going to take this little picture of the little deer, 3-point or something. I don't know what it is. And I am going to put it on the back side of that little postmark. Okay. Let me hold it up to the light. Oh. All right. Well, I'm holding it. I held it up to the light. Now I know it's the right size when I cut it. It just happened, it won't be centered because the way I stamped it. So let me just cut that out. Now the nice thing here is if I decide I don't like it, I have the photo still on the other side that I can use. This little trimmer, I use this little trimmer a lot with my traveler's notebook, especially if I've got smaller pieces because it's a lot easier than pulling out the big trimmer. It's just a little mini guillotine. I linked to that in the, I linked to something similar. I can't find that one anymore, but link to that in the description of the video. Sometimes it's easier to be using something smaller instead of something larger. So this was my thought that would go there. Oh, all right. So now our problem is, I have a couple problems going on here. So let's talk about this. This is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1234, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, you guys, we've talked about that angel number before. I swear, every time it happens, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I have a couple things going on here, right? It's not centered, but there's nothing I can do about that unless I get out my, I guarantee you I do not have a circle punch. Pretty sure, let me look. But I'm sure I don't have a circle punch that's that exact size, right? Because why would that happen? Let me see. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, it is too big. So let's talk about a couple things here. Right here, I probably wanted to have stamped that a number of different times, right? If I had stamped this a number of different times, then I'd have a couple to work with. Am I still here? I can see above, but I can't. Can you guys see? That's interesting. There we go. Whoa, that was really delayed. All right, I'm like way behind you guys now in the video on my iPad. So what I should have done was stamped a number of different times so that I could figure out how I wanted to use this. It's off center, but that's okay. I might have been able to use something like this because I could have punched around it, but now I can't because I've already trimmed it and this is bigger than that. So my other issue is I cannot have this here. The reason why I can't have that here is because I have a circle right next to it, and that would drive me crazy having two circles next to each other. So probably what I will do is try to gently pull this guy off. And I think this will end up being over here, and then I'll just do a little stamp or something there. But this also cannot go there. So let's just grab the deer. No, let's grab Nick. We'll grab Nick. Very carefully. So Nick will go there. And oh no. All right. One of you is going to tell me that, right? One of you is going to tell me, Leo, you're putting the feet right next to each other. That doesn't work. All right. And I can't put the cabins next to each other. So let's do this. We'll move the deer. Yep. We'll move the deer down here. It's like, oh, I don't know. It's like whatever match game or something, right? All right, there we go. So that can go there. Now, let's see what we need to do with this guy. Will anything work here? Mind blown. There we go. It's going to be mind blown because it fits. Mind blown. And I will do that again with my black because I have black over here, and I will tie in the black a little bit. Because there's a lot of black in my spread, but that's kind of how everything is that I do. I like that contrast. Okay, so where's my this? What about the photo? Oh, you were saying this. Float this guy in the middle. No, I want it to go down there. It's going to go down there. Oh, let me double check. Let me test. The photo you have on the other side. Over here? Hey, Mom. Oh, hi, Jack. Thank you, Jack. So Jack's here, you guys, for 1 second. That's so sweet. I didn't even remind him. Well, he knows I'm doing this. But Jack is, for those of you that haven't heard my life story, Jack is our older son. He lives in Tacoma, Washington. He is a chef. He works at there we go, mind blown. He works at a seafood restaurant right on Puget Sound called the Lobster Shop. And, oh, guess what? Well, deer's gone. Sorry, deer. Sorry, deer. If I want the deer, I can make another deer. Okay, so that will go right in there. And I can already tell it's too floating. It's floating too much. Oh, I know, Colleen. What about the photo I have on the other side? The deer, he ended up a casualty. Poor deer is a casualty. This has to be outlined because it's just way too much white floating into no man's land for me. So there we go. And there we go. All right. Now I need to do something over here, and I may put a photo right here. I'm not, I haven't planned on what I'm going to do there. So I am done for now. Jack, no. Nicole, do you know that restaurant? How fun. Are the fires close to Jack? No, they're not. We were talking to him the other day, and he said yesterday, the day before, I don't remember, that the fires are not close to him. All right, friends, so I am at a stopping point for today. So let's do this. Let me unplug. Let's try not to call 911 as we do this. I'm unplugging the power, and I am going to rotate the camera. And we'll chat again for a minute. You live close to Tacoma. That's so fun. It's a beautiful area. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, whee! Tighten back up. Okay, hang on. All right. So I've just realized that normally when I'm filming, I have my foam pad that you'd put in the kitchen under my feet because I stand when I do everything. I stand when I do this. I stand when I work. I stand when I design. I stand a lot, and I cannot stand to wear shoes in the house. My feet, well, it's this time of life that we talk about, but even in the wintertime, I can't wear slippers. I can't wear shoes. I can't wear socks because I get way too hot, and the heat, I guess, comes from my feet. I don't know. So I don't wear shoes when I'm standing all the time in the house. And on the hardwood floor, it just, it gets a little hard on your feet. I forgot to put my pad in, but that's okay. I'm sure Nick will come and rub my feet. Yeah, I think he just got home, so we'll see if he hears that, because no, he won't. Anyhow, scatter squirrel. All right, friends, so that's another Saturday. I loved that. Hi, honey. I don't think he heard me. Now I'll be distracted. You want to come say hi? All right. Careful. Be careful. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Did you say hi?
I did.
They even see you? Okay. We just did memory keeping of our trip to Bryce.
Oh, I know.
He's like, oh, great. Okay, friends. So that wraps up another Saturday. Whether you were listing or whether you were crocheting or whether you were organizing or whether you were working on memory keeping, whatever you were working on, thank you for joining me. This is always so much fun. Every time I say this is like selfish time for me. I get so much out of this time because this is really the only time that I spend doing my own stuff. Whether it's listing or whether it's memory keeping, this is when I get my personal crafting done or my personal memory keeping, which I love because when it's your job and it's your business, a lot of times you don't do it. So I love our Saturdays because I just enjoy them. And I also enjoy all of us hanging out because it's like I said, we're all together in one big house. We're all together in my spot would be Hawaii, wherever your spot is, when you go have something stressful, a procedure done, and they say, go to your happy place. So my happy place is Hawaii on the ocean with the breeze. So that's where in my head, we all are. So wherever that happy place is for you, imagine that you're there. Imagine that you're there with me and everybody else that's here. And we're all just crafting together and having fun. A couple last things. If you haven't liked the video yet, if you liked what we did or you enjoyed yourself, please give it a thumbs up. Super, super, super important. If you do not currently receive my emails, I have linked to my website in the description of the video. Go to my website and a screen will pop up like 5 seconds after you're there, and it will let you sign up for my emails. That is how you know every week where to find me. They're pretty much every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific. However, not next weekend, but the weekend after that, our schedule will have to change for a couple of Saturdays because normally in the fall, I am traveling doing a ton of teaching, like back-to-back weekends for weeks at a time, months at a time. The in-person is not happening, but the virtual is happening. So you want to make sure that you're receiving my emails so you know not only where, but when. When we do our listing, I also share the topics for our list. So make sure that you are subscribed to my emails, and you can also subscribe to my channel. That way, when I post a video, you get a notification. All right, friends, I may do a little bit more work here. I've got tons of design work that I have to do this weekend. I did finish, good. I finished my December documented project kit, and that is available for pre-order. That one starts shipping in 2 weeks. I have to finish up my Tricks and Treats Halloween mini book kit and my Family Favorites recipe mini book kit. So lots of design work doing, but I will post one of the spreads that we did in class today on social media. And yes, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully it's, well, I was going to say hopefully it's nice weather, but we've got so much going on all over the country. Just, I hope you enjoy yourself. Find time to do something for yourself this weekend. Even if this was it, then check it off your list because you did something for yourself. Everybody be safe, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Oh, and remember, one little surprise coming, something brand new, super exciting coming to my shop next week that I kind of hinted towards. So thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.